Hello, welcome to this information session about our information technology courses here at TAFE SA. TAFE SA acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we meet and pays respects to the elders past, present and future, and extends that respect to all Aboriginal language groups as we gather here today. TAFE SA is South Australia's largest provider of vocational training. It provides high quality training, excellent employment outcomes and a high student satisfaction. Results of recent surveys have indicated 87% of TAFE SA graduates find jobs or continue on to further study, and 89% of graduates have been overall satisfied with the quality of training provided. TAFE SA offers a range of courses at various levels for students wishing to study information technology in South Australia. In studying IT with TAFE SA, you'll be studying not only Australian accredited courses, but will also be studying recognised industry certifications within your qualification in either state-of-the-art facilities or online in virtual classrooms. TAFE SA is a member of a number of academies: Microsoft Academy, we are a Cisco Instructor Training Academy, an Adobe accredited Adobe Training Centre, a Rubus Wireless Academy, a Fortinet Academy, a Palo Alto Academy, and a Amazon Web Services Academy. TAFE SA, we offer a range of information technology course areas, and these can be found in more detail on our information technology faculty page at www.tafesa.edu.au/IT. These include digital media, networking, cybersecurity, IT support, software development, and website development. We will look at each of these courses in a little more detail coming up, but we would encourage you to look at our faculty page for our program information documents for each qualification you may be considering, which will provide significantly more detail about each of these courses. At TAFE SA, we deliver national qualifications which come from the Australian Qualification Framework and delivered through the use of training packages. These training packages list the qualifications and levels to achieve required competencies that are developed by industry and are designed to meet industry job outcomes. You will notice here on the slide that we have a number of qualifications that make pathways into our high-level qualifications. The ICT 30118, which is our Certificate 3 qualification, is a 6-month full-time course. Obviously, if you want to study that qualification part-time, that qualification will take you longer. We also have a Certificate 4 level qualification, and we'll talk a little bit more detail about that shortly. But that Cert 4 leads on to 3 diploma level qualifications that we'll be offering in 2021. A Diploma of Information Technology Networking, a Diploma of Software Development, and a Diploma of Website Development. And those qualifications lead on to university pathways. So as you can see by this slide, in the Certificate 4 area, there are a number of specialisations that can be selected, 3 of which lead on to diploma level qualifications, and the other 2 are basically qualifications that lead to job outcomes. There's also the Certificate 4 in cybersecurity, which is a qualification in high demand over the recent past 2 years. The entry points for the qualification really depend on what current skills and knowledge you have in the IT space, and we'll talk about those a bit more when we talk about each of the qualifications in the following few slides. As I indicated, the diploma level qualification has strong articulation arrangements with both Flinders University and UniSA, and we have strong pathways for all of our students as our TAFE graduates are valued for the hands-on and practical focus of their skills. In 2022, we will be moving to a new IT training package, and that training package has a slight different framework, and you'll notice in the slide that we're looking at That framework includes a number of specialisations, both at the Certificate 4 level and at the diploma level. And during 2021, when you are registering and being counselled by a lecturer, they will basically go through a transition plan so that any studies you start with us in 2021, you'll have a plan that will transition you into a new qualification in 2022 if you are studying a qualification that's going to take you longer than 12 months, which is the 2021 calendar. Shortly, I'll show you some information around program information documents, but it's really important that you find these program information documents on our faculty page, as these documents provide significant detail around each of the qualifications. When visiting each of the qualifications on our faculty page, if you go down to the tabs that you'll find here on the screen, especially the additional files and resources tab, and there's a link there which is a PDF file in regards to the program information document for that particular qualification. As I indicated, they are really important documents and give you significant details to enable you to select the right course that's right for you. I'm going to show you through one of those program information documents just to give you a level of the detail required. So as an example, this one we're looking at is the Certificate 4 Information Technology. It lists the areas of study that you'll be looking at throughout your qualification. It talks about any assumed knowledge and skills that you required, whether it's an entry level or whether you perhaps should have a higher level qualification or have some experience in IT before studying that qualification. It lists what any incidentals that would be required as part of that qualification. And as you can see from this particular qualification, there are some incidentals which include a solid state hard drive and a webcam and a headset, etc. And also, if you are studying from home or online, what hardware and software is going to be required. So especially hardware, it's talking about here about having a significantly high power processor, 16 gig of RAM and a solid state hard drive to allow you to have reasonable speed. Also, internet access is important, as with reasonable speeds, as you'll be downloading significant file sizes if you're in any of the qualifications that utilise virtual machines, as an example. On the next couple of pages of the program information document, it gives you information about the competencies or the subjects, if you like, that you'll be studying throughout this qualification. You'll notice in some areas, as example, this 4 CMS subject, there's 2 competencies that are bundled together to make up a particular subject. And so it gives you all the information about these particular units of competency in that program information document. The following couple of pages actually explain what each of those particular subjects or units of competencies entail and the technologies that you'll be learning. 4 CMS, which is the one that we looked at a while ago, it talks about the use of HTML, CSS3 files, WordPress, etc. And then importantly, on the last page of each program information document, it will give you a study plan which talks about in which term you do which particular subject. It also has a number in brackets which indicates how many hours a week you'll be attending that particular class. As you can see from this example here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subjects you'll be enrolled in that particular semester with an IT practical, which is basically a lab, and a total of 18 hours a week per term as you work your way through this qualification over a 12-month period to be successful in that 12-month period. So those program information documents, there's a lot of valued information and they're all available on the website for you to search for. I'd like to talk a little bit now about study load. So if you're a full-time student, study load is somewhere between 15 and 20 hours a week, depending on which qualification you are enrolling in. On top of that, there is probably some significant homework requirements to enable you to maintain progress required to complete the qualification as per the listed duration of the course. Part-time, all the programs can be studied part-time, and that really depends on how much time you've got to devote to your study. In the example we've seen previously with 5 subjects a term, you might want to break it down to 1 or 2 subjects a term. Obviously, it's going to take you significantly longer then to complete that qualification. So things you should take into consideration when looking at your study load, things like your family commitments, any work or sporting commitments that you might have, that are going to impact on your ability to be able to study that qualification and complete it within the timeframes that's listed for that qualification. You'll be able to discuss this with your counselling lecturer before you enrol at a counselling session that will be allocated to you. The other thing to consider are the modes of study. So our blended mode of study is a blend of classroom and online activities. These will be scheduled in the main at either the Adelaide City, Noarlunga or Elizabeth campuses in 2021. But for all other campuses, you can study online, either through our virtual classrooms or via Access to Learn, where all your materials will be made available to you. If you're studying from home, as we talked about previously, you need to ensure that you have the appropriate hardware and internet access and speed to be able to study from home. If you're not able to access those resources at home, you can access one of our access hubs around the state at any of our major learning resource centres on our TAFE campuses. We're going to look now at the qualifications throughout the framework of what we deliver here at TAFE SA. So the Certificate 3 qualification focuses really on computing in the 21st century. Our students will have strong digital skills to enable them to use office productivity tools, and they'll be introduced to network and web technologies as well as software development activities to basically grow their potential in those specialised areas. There is a focus on understanding the fundamentals of the computer hardware, Windows desktop and network operating systems, and how computer networks work. We look at the ability to fully utilise Microsoft Office productivity tools, including packaged software and developing macros and templates. And we'll basically be introduced to some basic coding, database and website creation. This course is a 6-month full-time course. It's available online and part-time as indicated previously. And it's really intended for those people who do not possess strong skills in the digital age. So if you are not comfortable using a word processor or a spreadsheet or saving files, those sorts of things, then certainly the Cert 3 is the place to start. If you're really comfortable with using a word processor and a spreadsheet and are comfortable in navigating around the PC, then a level 4 qualification might be the more appropriate place to start study. So looking at the Cert 4, I guess the question then is around which stream is suitable for you. So in the next few slides, we'll discuss which specialisations are available for you to consider. The first semester of study is generally the same for each of the Certificate 4 level, and then specialised electives are followed. So you can always change focus after semester 1 if you're not sure, or perhaps start with the Certificate 4 IT support, which is a more general qualification, and then specialise in second semester. And as you can see on the plan in front of you, after you select your specialisation, you can then have a pathway into the diploma level qualification if that's what you're trying to achieve. I guess it's really important to have some understanding of what your passions are. So if you're really keen on programming, software development, that then obviously gives you a good framework to move forward. Or similarly, if it's websites or web pages you want to develop, you have a focus there. Or if it's the networking area or the IT support area, it might be more down the networking stream that you have a focus on. So looking at IT support, it's a 12-month full-time study, once again available face-to-face, online or external. The hours of study are generally around the 18 hours a week, as we saw by the program information document we looked previously. This qualification provides the skills and knowledge for an individual to be competent in a wide range of general information and communication technologies, and to support small to medium enterprises that require broader rather than specialised IT support. The course content for the networking group may include Cisco, Microsoft, Windows, building and connecting to a single zone wireless local area network, service management, troubleshooting, and applying systemic processes to fault finding. The course content, the programming group may include the current programming technologies, which include Python, C#, .NET, PHP, MySQL, JavaScript, Java and UML. The course content for the web group may include website development including HTML, CSS3 and JavaScript, website programming with the introduction of jQuery, JavaScript and PHP programming, and database development MySQL and template-based website authoring using WordPress. By the end of their studies, if successful, students may gain industry skills and certification, including Microsoft certifications, MTA and MOS, etc., as well as Certificate 4 in Information Technology qualification. Now looking at website development, the Cert 4 level includes content on HTML5, CSS3 and JavaScript, website programming with the introduction of jQuery, JavaScript and PHP programming, and database development, once again MySQL, and template-based website authoring using WordPress. At the diploma level, there is an industry-based project included. There is a focus on website development using Bootstrap, Windows Azure, WordPress, HTML, CSS3 and JavaScript to create host mobile websites for tablets and mobile phones. There's an increased focus on website programming using JavaScript, jQuery and AngularJS framework. A focus on the development of websites and website content using Adobe Creative Cloud Suite, including Photoshop and Premiere Pro. A focus on dynamic and e-commerce website development using PHP and database development using MySQL and search engine optimization. Looking at the networking stream now, there's a focus on the latest technologies including Microsoft, Linux, Cisco and ITL. So in the networking stream, you'll be able to learn how to install and configure network hardware, maintain servers, install software to network computers, monitor network security, and skills can be applied to a range of settings from small offices to enterprise-wide computer infrastructure. There's a strong focus on industry skills and certifications in the networking stream. By the end of your studies, if successful, you'll be able to sit exams for various Microsoft certifications, MTA and MOS, as well as the qualification. And on the slide here, you can see a range of academies and certifications that are available to you once you complete your qualifications in the networking stream. The Certificate 4 in Cybersecurity is a technician level qualification that will provide graduates with the knowledge and comprehensive set of technical skills that enables them to monitor the risk of cybersecurity attacks, implement appropriate software, use a range of tools and procedures to mitigate cybersecurity threats, protect an organisation from insider security breaches, and develop systems to minimise network vulnerabilities and risks. Graduates of the course will be able to seek employment as cybersecurity practitioners in a range of commercial enterprises, organisations and government bodies. The software development stream focuses on current programming technologies including Python, C#, C#.NET, PHP, MySQL, JavaScript, Java and UML. There's a focus on industry-based best practices in development of line of business applications. At the diploma level, there is a focus on mobile application development with the Windows mobile development subject with C#, an Android mobile development subject with Java, and an iPhone, iPad development subject with Objective-C. Web application development is included in two key approaches, Java-based and C#.NET. The diploma final stage also includes a cloud computing subject. The Industry Placement Program is the only competitive course we have in our suite of offerings, as there are only 20 places available for this course. The focus will be on remote desktop support skills. This course includes up to 240 hours of vocational placement at DXE Technology premises at Felixstowe. Students will be studying at TAFE SA and undertaking working experience at DXE simultaneously for most of this course. At the end of the first semester, students will undertake an induction training full-time for 2 weeks, covering workplace guidelines, service desk culture, communication techniques, call simulations, and remote desktop simulations. Subsequently, students will be expected to present for work experience at DXE Technologies. So importantly, with this program, it's important for applicants to understand that they will be working at DXE Technologies over the course of the placement. It's an unpaid placement, but fantastic opportunity to get real world expertise and experience as you're working through the studies for this particular qualification. Once again, this is at the Certificate 4 in Information Technology qualification. So what if I've studied IT before or have industry experience? Recognition of prior learning. TAFE SA recognises the skills and knowledge you have from life and work experience. You provide the evidence and TAFE SA will map it against nationally accredited units of competency. Let your course counsellor know if you think you are eligible. Government subsidised funding is focused on gaining new skills rather than RPL. And there's a process to be followed for recognition of RPL, but the lecturers will talk this with you at your counselling session. TAFE SA IT studies courses and training is subsidised by the state government, but there are eligibility rules that apply. So please check your eligibility at skills.sa.gov.au/subsidy-eligibility. To get a subsidised place, you also need to set the score profile for adults, which is numeracy literacy testing, which is mandated by the state government. And to enable this, you have to have a training account before commencement of the course. In 2021, you will also have access to Job Trainer, which is a significant reduction in the subsidised rate and student fee. Once again, eligibility rules apply for eligible courses. Please visit TAFE SA website, click on the Job Trainer link to see which courses are available. What fees will you pay? Once again, this depends on how many courses you're studying and if you're a full-time or a part-time student. It also depends on whether you're eligible for subsidised training for the Job Trainer program, whether you're an international student or a domestic student. If you have a concession card, please be aware that concession card must be available at the time you register if you are wanting to claim concession. And all our fees are listed on the website. Payment is generally due 1 week after registration, and an invoice will be emailed to your student TAFE SA email address. Vet student loans. If you are a diploma level student, you may be eligible to a vet student loan. You must register in a course 15 days prior to the census date. New students must participate in counselling, register and be invoiced, and then apply for student loan at least 2 days after registration. This is quite a formal process, and our vet student loan team will assist you. It's important to note that this is only available for diploma level qualifications, and if you are studying a Cert 4 on the way to a diploma, you are not eligible for vet student loan for the Cert 4 component, which is the underpinning units for the diploma. Please talk to the lecturers at the time of counselling. So what other important information is there? So all our resources are available on our learning management system, which we call Learn. So you don't need to buy expensive textbooks or software as part of this program. All the software will be provided to you as part of your tuition fee. However, there are some incidentals, which are resources that you may need to support your learning. We strongly suggest you have a solid state hard drive so that you can download all the software that's available to you. A headset with the microphones, which enables you to join our virtual classrooms and our Collaborate connectivity sessions. And if you're doing cybersecurity, a Raspberry Pi device, which is an Internet of Things device that allows you to undertake some of the activities within that qualification. These are listed on the website. So where to now? Make sure that you are starting at the right level, in the right course for you, and you've identified the passion that you would like to lead to. Locate the program information document to browse the content and have a look at the study plan at the end of that document. Apply online, observe the study mode and locations available to you. Once you've applied, TAFE SA will invite you to an enrolment event and details will be emailed to you to complete your CSPA and link to complete pre-registration information. The pre-registration information must be completed before you attend the event, as does the CSPA. At the event, personal counselling will occur and you'll be able to register into your classes. We strongly recommend you attend an orientation session, either on campus at the Adelaide City campus or online if unable to attend the city campus. Orientation sessions are generally the week before classes, and the classes will commence the week commencing the 8th of February 2021. So questions we regularly receive. So what happens if my circumstances change? Can I withdraw and get a refund? If you register into classes, if you drop that class from my TAFE before the start date, you will get a full refund for that class. If you drop the class after the start date, then you may not be eligible for a refund. So really important that you make the right decisions in far as registration goes. Second question is, I know that I want to study IT, but there's a lot, and I don't know a lot about TAFE and where and when I can find out what it is like to study at TAFE. Please visit our TAFE SA website. There are a range of information. There's a range of information available to you on the website and a range of links. Most importantly, the program information document, as I've highlighted before. So what is the CSPA, the Core Skills Profile for Adults, and why do I need to do it? It's mandatory to be completed as part of accessing a state government subsidised place. I've heard that I need a USI and I have to register. Can I get help with that? Yes, absolutely. You can go onto the TAFE SA website. There's a range of videos and instructions on how to apply for a USI, or you can contact the 1-800 number. They will certainly give you assistance and advice on how to complete that process. Can I apply for a VET student loan during first semester of study? Generally, if you are doing a Certificate 4 level qualification on the way to a diploma, you won't be able to apply for a VET student loan in your first semester. If you've already completed a Cert 4 and are going straight into diploma, yes, you can apply for that. If you are needing further information or you've got specific questions about your stream that you'd like asked, you can send an email to bjit@tafesa.edu.au. In the subject line, please include information session, either network query or programming query or website development query or IT support query or cyber security query, whichever particular stream you're inquiring about, so that that email gets to the right subject coordinator to respond to you. Or you can contact our 1-800 number listed there for additional support, and that is numbers available on the website. So hopefully that information session has given you a range of information and resources that you'll be able to track on the TAFE SA website. I'd encourage you to make contact with the 1-800 number if any of this information hasn't been clear, and I thank you for your time.